All right, all right, all right. Facebook, Zoom, what's happening? My name is Trevor Evans, if you don't know already. I'm joined by the handsome four horsemen, Mr. Isaac Crumley. What's up, Isaac?
What's up, my brother? How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm doing better now. I was sick as a dog the weekend, but now I feel I done took some of grandma's peach tea and I feel good, you know.
Good,
So
good.
so yeah, yeah. What's up, Patrick? Mr. Patrick Gray, what's going on?
What's going on, Trevor? It's
I'm,
always
I'm
good to
doing
be on
well.
here
Man,
with you.
I've got my pens tonight, man. Darn it, I've got my damn pens tonight. Darn, I should have wore those. Should have wore those. What's up, Marcus? Marcus, you gonna do a prom, bro? You got you a date?
What's going on, brother? I don't, nah, not quite prom, but had to
No
get right.
problem, no problem, no problem. So, for those of you that are joining us for the first time, this is Fathers and Finance. Again, I'm one of your hosts, Trevor Evans, and we strive to bring topics to the people that are very very relevant, and we bring that topic with a little flavor of finances and a little flavor of ourselves. And Isaac, help me out. What's tonight's topic tonight?
So tonight, dear brother, our topic is so you think you're ready for marriage, but are your finances?
Oh, okay. That now this is a juicy mango type topic. Okay, are you ready? So you think you're ready for marriage? Okay, but are your finances? Okay. Now that's a topic that I believe every couple should have. Okay, because it talks about a subject that every couple will have. Okay, and that's the finances. Because sometimes, as you know, the finances it will causes them to not be a couple anymore. Man, I should have shaved today. I can tell you I got this shave on. I ain't got my gray showing. God, oh, I should have shaved. Anyway, so yes, are your finances ready for marriage? All right. So when you get your boo, you get ready to jump that broom. All right. Everybody knows that y'all are coming together. I'm bringing my bag. You bring your bag. All right. Maybe my bag got a little hole in it. Okay, but you know I'm still bringing it. All right. So I do believe that this topic will be a very 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 good one because it's a topic that most people don't talk about but would love to. What do you say, Isaac?
Well, brother, they talk about it, but they talk about it when it's too late, when the fire has already started.
Right.
The house is on fire, and they like, hey, the house is on fire. Should we talk about this? That's when they talk about it. But in our brief production meeting before we went into this, it was pretty lively because this is a really heated topic, and we were going off in all different types of directions. So one of the things that I really wanted to focus on before we got to the financial part of it is the choice part of it. Before you get married, there's not a person on this call that whether they're about to get married or they've been married, before you got married, you knew there were two conversations that you were gonna have. You were gonna have conversations about sex and finance. Now,
Right.
we
And
not
babies, and babies, and babies.
babies and all that type of stuff, right? So everything, I mean, you knew that conversation was going to happen. So you, number one, should have had that conversation ahead of time. And you should have talked about the type of person that you are. Now, I want to clear because this came up in the production meeting because I don't want anybody to think that we are talking about deadbeat type dudes. So I'm not talking about guys. Nobody on here is talking about guys that let their wife go to work and they stay home and play PlayStation, or if they get laid off, they just gonna throw it all on their wife and just sit at home and cry and mope and all that type of stuff. Those are not the type of dudes that we are talking about. We are talking about productive, working type guys that go out and provide for their family. So I said, Trevor, in the production meeting, that's your fault as a man for not choosing better if you are having problems. Because if you are a disciplined man and then you know that you have a plan for the future and you have not discussed how that plan gets operated with your wife, then that's on you. And you should have had that discussion earlier. So if you're out there making moves and she's out trying, now I'm not general women. Listen to me. I'm not generalizing. I'm not talking about you. I don't want nobody stabbing me when I walk out my door. I'm not talking about you. I'm just talking about a type of situation. So if you are a hardworking brother that can see down the road and can delay gratification, and your problem, this is a barbershop conversation. Now, your problem is that your wife likes to buy red bottoms every week, or she likes to, she needs to be at the finest restaurant every week, or she's got to be in the mall or shopping online every week. I want my wife to look good because she's a representation of me, but we also got to think about the future. So you have to make a good choice as a man, and you have to have a discussion as a man on how your financial house is going to look going forward.
You know what? You know what? You have a great point. You know, because not everybody can be as lucky as me. All right. When I
That's
got
right.
married, I was young and broke. Okay. And I was just lucky enough to find me somebody that was also young, fine, and also broke. Okay.
Right.
So we had nothing to worry about. Okay. It was up from there. Okay. All right. Okay.
I was in that category. I'm with you.
Yeah, look, me too. Come on.
But sometimes, you know, especially nowadays, we're seeing people delay getting married for whatever reason, whether it's school, you know, education, whether it's, you know, to travel the world, to get experience, whatever. But people are getting married now, and they're bringing a big bag to the table, okay? And sometimes that bag ain't of equal weight, okay? Right? And when you learn that, you learn that when problems arise. You learn that when you're arguing. You learn that when you want to buy something in Canada, whatever the case may be. And so I think everyone should have a talk about finances when they get married, because that is going to be a huge that's going to be a huge topic in your or situation in your marriage, because whether or not you want to go to the club or go to the country club, okay, money's gonna be involved, all right. And whether you want to shop at Gucci or Poochie, money gonna be involved, all right. So you got to have that talk, and you can't be afraid to have that talk, okay.
Right.
And like you said, we got to be grown men and grown women to at least, even before thinking about that, look into finances, look into you know, some type of vehicle that can yield you some money every month or every year or whatnot, okay? And become literate on your money and your finances and your future, because people don't think about the future, right? It's one thing to be in love now, but let me tell you something. I've been married a long time, all right? And what she loved in year 1, she gonna hate in year 5.
Preach it.
Okay? And what she hate in year 5, she gonna love in year 7, right? And you gotta be able to adapt to that, right? And I promise you, money will always be the subject matter when it comes to growth, expansion, all that stuff in your marriage. So yes, you got to be able to know, okay, I'm bringing this, I'm bringing that, because it's going to be a factor sometime in your marriage that will probably weigh whether or not you're married or not.
And peep game. The only thing that is constant about a woman is that she's gonna change.
Mm-hmm.
So that, I mean, I can't tell you how many times I get in the groove like, all right, Charlene like this, so I'm gonna keep doing that. The next thing you know, babe, you know, we need to
as soon as you get comfortable, yeah.
As soon as I get comfortable,
up on you.
She changed. I'm like, babe, you just saw me get comfortable doing this. I've been busting my butt to perfect this thing right here.
Now it's all waiting. Now it's all gone.
Now it's all, you know, that's old. That's like,
you got me on Kale. You got me on Kale's movies. Now you don't want it no more. You know?
Right, exactly. Now, before you change, I want to say this so I can go and get my trouble out of the way, Patrick. I want these women to be mad at me right now and get my trouble out the way.
Go ahead and say it.
All right, so I want you women, some of you women, to be like my daughter. My daughter wants to have a wedding at the courthouse so that she can save all her money and put it towards investing and putting it towards growing and building a financial future. Any money that you were going to spend on a wedding and gifts and all that type of stuff, send her cash so she can invest it, because she don't want to go into debt paying for a wedding. She thinks it's insane.
Bruh,
to
Bruh.
pay $50,000 for a wedding, and you may not stay married.
Let me tell you something. My daughter, whoever she married, okay, they're gonna be marrying up. All right, they'll be marrying up. I done told her, Tashante, learn to control your money, because if you don't, you're gonna marry a man that'll control you with his.
That's right.
And I ain't having that.
Right.
That. Okay. So I'm teaching her about finances. I'm teaching her to bring the whole table to a table when it got to come together. Because how many times do we see situations where, you know, a good woman, you know, good wife, she cooks, she cleans, she do all that stuff, right? Okay. And the man go out there and do his thing, and the woman is left there with nothing if stuff go wrong. Okay. And that also happens for males too.
Right.
Because people don't have the conversation of, okay, what do you bring to the table? What's your credit like? Okay. Do you invest? Do you have an insurance policy? Okay. You know, you got any repos on your credit? Okay. You go to buy here, pay here places. What do you do? Let me know how you spend your money and how you make it, so I can know what I'm gonna do, so I know how I'm gonna live, the kind of like I'm gonna live. Because what you bring to the table, understand this, those are habits. Okay. And I may not like your habits. Okay. I may not want to do what you do. Okay. So people got to have these conversations early, because it's going to be a factor in the situation. So let's open it up. Patrick and Marcus, we'll see you guys.
Okay. I guess I'll go first because I'm the only one on this panel that's not married, and it's a reason for that. I feel that it ain't no negative reason. It's just that I have these conversations with the women that I am with in the beginning. I feel that it's time, like, for real, for me to feel comfortable, I need to be all the way open with mine, and I need you to be all the way open with me. Because when you hide stuff, it brings, even when it comes to finances, maybe you don't want to know everything that you got. You don't want me to know everything you got going on. But if you want me to marry you, I need to know everything.
That's right.
I need
They'll
to
let
know
me know.
everything.
Got to.
Because if I'm going to be your support system and your minds in that way, then I got to know what I'm up against,
What you're
and
dealing with.
I can plan for that. I can plan for, oh, okay, this is like this. Let's help each other get this place. A lot of times I see in my past relationships, we both trying to separately do something to get to a better place instead of working together to knock something out and get to a better place. And if somebody, for a perfect example, my credit had take a plummet because I had to use my credit cards. I couldn't work. I was playing football, tore my knee, and I was in the hospital for a week, so I couldn't work, couldn't do anything. When I got out of the hospital, I was on crutches. I couldn't do anything. So my credit, I started using my credit cards.
Mm-hmm.
This is bad. This is before I learned about financial literacy, but it was my only avenue that I had. I had pretty good credit at that time. So when I got with Eva's mother, I told her, I said, hey, this is what happened to me. My credit has suffered from this. I'm gonna need your help for this to happen. I'm gonna need your help for this. It's not everything. I'm not asking you to jump out of WitchCon, but for my birthday, I don't want no presents. I wanna boost my credit score right here. So once I know that my credit score is good, and while we doing that, I can help you with yours. I can help you around the house. And it goes to what you spoke about earlier, as far as, you know, the mom stays at the house, cleans, take care of the kids. That's both our jobs. I take that, and I take it so seriously that me and her mom talk about everything as far as how we want to raise this child, because we see the effects on her as a child growing up with her father not being in her life.
You want to marry someone that has the same vision as you. You know, you think,
or you could change that vision. We could change that vision, whereas though our paths of walking may not be the same, but as long as they're aligned,
yeah,
they're aligned.
Now hold on, brother.
I believe that
Definitely got to be on the same page.
Oh, hold on, but you said
So
changing the vision. You said changing somebody's vision. That's where, bro.
You don't like that. You don't like
I
that.
don't like changing somebody's vision, man. I
You don't
mean,
like that.
it's one thing for y'all to have the same vision, and I'm not saying that you can't change a vision, but if you're talking about starting out and y'all are 180, bro. I mean,
well,
you might just date her for a while, let her see how you
well,
live.
when I say change the vision,
Influence.
you got to think about it like this. Your vision changes too. When you incorporate somebody into your life, doesn't your vision change?
It
What
does.
you want,
I
no,
agree.
because you have to
But fellas,
incorporate.
but fellas,
I just want to, I don't want to change the topic, but we got to be careful. I just want to put some caution. I want to put some quotation marks on
Okay.
change the vision.
Throw the Patrick quotation marks on
Yeah,
that.
I just want to put some quotations.
how many people that get married? Okay, real talk. How many people that get married actually sit down and talk about finances? Okay, estate planning. All right. How many of you on Facebook know what that is? Okay, you know, filing expenses. How many of you guys know what that is? Okay, you know, those are topics that need to be brought into the
In the conversation.
conversation. You're talking about, you know, I'm moving in with you, and I'm thinking about, you know, marrying you. Yeah, it's all gonna come. Okay, that's the one thing about finances. It's like a bill. Okay, people want to blame the bill when they can't pay it. No, that you and that bill met, okay, before it became your bill. And that bill said, hey, what's up? I'm $500 a month. Okay, I'm gonna come every month on the first, every month for the next 70 months. Okay, you cool with that? You cool with that? Okay, because on that 9th month, when I come, don't be mad when I come. Okay, and blame me for coming. Okay, I already told you I'm coming on the first every single month. Okay, for the next 80 months. You cool with that? So when I come that month, all right, that you ain't ready for me, don't blame me. All right, I told you that's the same thing with finances, bro. Okay, we're gonna have these talks because they're gonna come up. Okay, either we're gonna see a family member go through it, a friend go through it, and then, well, yo, what you doing? What you doing? I don't know. Nothing you know, you got nothing going on. So it needs to be a big talk in the family about your finances and your future. Marcus, say something.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I agree with you 1,000%. Agree with y'all. You know what I mean? Finances is definitely, amongst a lot of other things, definitely a major thing to address when, you know, with your significant other, being in not just a marriage, just any serious committed relationship, because you have to be on one page. You have to be on the same page. You have to, you know, that's key to being able to work together successfully. That's definitely big. You know, if you do keep that, you know, do get on the same page with the finances, because that's major. Like you said, I mean, it's just marriage is crumbling solely because of financial issues. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and not being on one accord as far as
30% of
you got
African
some
Americans,
stuff.
30% of African Americans have an estate plan. Okay, that's a small group of people that actually have their future laid out. That's a very, very important factor. All right, we're in an industry where we see people die all the time, right? And some of them die prepared, and some of them they die unprepared, right? And all because this talk wasn't had before they got married. All right, I do believe that the culture, the stigma on unions has to change and become more serious. All right, more than just the love and the affection that I feel about you, because all that changes when I can't pay a bill. Okay, all that changes when something, you know, comes up and I can't pay it. So have the courage to sit down with your girl and your dude and be like, okay, look, man, what's your score like? You know, I want to drive a car like this eventually. I want to live in a house like this eventually. You know, I got kids that I want to bring to the world, and I want them to have this and go here. You know, can we do that with where we are right now? And if we can't, what can we do, okay, to get us there? right?
Yeah.
That a simple talk like that can open up so many avenues of discussion that lead to a great result.
You know, that stat you just read out, is important because that means 70% of our people are not prepared should something happen. And as the only Muslim on here, we as Muslims, we are charged with making sure that we take care of of widows and orphans.
Mm-hmm.
And that's huge in the Holy Quran. It says, hey, take care of those in your community that have lost their husband and their father. As a Muslim, not only do I have trouble giving this to our people, but to other Muslims as well. Do you want to burden your brother with having to take care of your wife? Granted, that's our responsibility, and we look forward to taking care of that. I take that back. We don't look forward to you dying, but if you do die, we look forward to taking care of that responsibility. But at the same time, I know for me, I know my brothers in my community will certainly look after my family, but they've got their own families to take care of as well. So I want to make sure that not only do I have my insurance laid out, but the trust and the will that specifies how I want it laid out. That is most key, and that is most important. On a daily basis, I deal with people who got their 5 or 6 year old child listed down as their primary beneficiary on their life insurance plan. Why is that your primary beneficiary when you don't have a trust or a will?
Right.
That the government is taking that money and they're going to keep it in an estate. And if somebody ultimately, hopefully your child, once they turn 18, can get it, and at that point it's taxed at 40%. How are they going to survive from 5 to 18?
Estate planning is very, very important. Yes, having a will is important as well. And we as Blacks, you know, we have a whole lot more to lose by not having one, you know. And in our community, we lose so much property because of poor planning for our future, poor planning for our estate, you know. And I mean, there's so much talent in our community, so much brains in our community that cannot be transferred over because the finances weren't taken care of to get it there, you know, because we all have children that we know that little dude should be, you know, this and the other. Why can't he do it? Well, no money. Okay. You know, his mama died or father died or something, and he had to go to work, you know. So look at it in that perspective. It's not about just taking care of yourself, okay, but it's also giving those that be left behind opportunity to flourish. All right, because sometimes in our community, okay, the reason why people can't go and do what they want to do and be great isn't because of lack of trying. Sometimes it's money. It's money, you know, and you can say all you want about try harder and apply for this kind of, yes, yeah, I get it, but sometimes you need a little bit of money.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need a little more money. So and our future is being jeopardized because we can't get that money into the hands of the young ones that can take it, use it, grow from it, and make this world and make our community a much better place. Because that's how important this is, right? It's not just about you as mother and father, you know, your future. It's your child's future, your grandchild's future, okay? Because who knows when you're gone, where they're gonna be living at, okay? Who knows the world they're gonna live in, and the way we're going now. In order to be anything, what do you need?
Money.
Yeah. And we have so many brains that are wasted and not properly utilized because they can't get a few dollars to go to college or a few dollars to open up a business or whatnot. It's more than just the husband and the wife. That's what I mean by long term. That's what I mean by looking way beyond where we are now. Okay, because I remember when I first got married, I was 22 years old. 22 years old, you know, and I'm in the military, you know, and after all my bills, I had $100 left over, you know, and so for me, a good Friday night was to go to Blockbuster, or y'all youngsters out there, Blockbuster's a video store, okay? It ain't around no more, okay? Go to Blockbuster, okay? Get a video, go to Domino's and get a pizza. And that was a good night for Friday, okay? A great night, Blockbuster, okay? Get a video, Domino's, get the pizza, okay? And the wings, all right? That was a great night, okay? I couldn't afford the wings most Friday nights. I was that broke, okay? All right, so yeah, so contrast from, and let me tell you something. I did the whole, I gave plasma. I had to give plasma, okay?
I did it too.
Stuff, man. Did all that, you know?
Did that too.
And I don't want my kids to go through that now, you know? And no one talked to me about estate plan. I didn't know what the hell that was, okay? What is that? Okay, and if it's something important, it ain't gonna happen to me now, right?
Right,
you know?
right.
So I think it's a very, very important topic that we have to have, because it's a great way for us as African Americans to pass on more to the next generation, because they need to continue that growth and that progress and that empowerment of the future. If we don't collectively commit to that plan, okay, buying enough life insurance to cover the cost, you know, of burials may be okay to our grandparents, okay, but not nowadays.
Not nowadays.
Okay? Not nowadays. All right. Some folks can't even do that nowadays.
Not Trevor, you know, and I saw what you were saying there, you know, as far as, you know, that might have been good for our ancestors, but not today. This doesn't necessarily apply to the black community, but most wealth is transferred through insurance, period. And that does not always apply. It applies sometimes, but not always to black. I know of one case in one of my clients where the father left his daughter over $2 million. I know of that one case. I know of more cases where people say, I ain't getting my children rich off me. What?
What is that?
What? What do you mean? You don't want your children rich off? Man, you dead. You don't want to set your children up. That's only us. That is only our mindset, where we do not want to take care of our children. I'd be a rich man if I had $5 for every time somebody told me I don't want my children being rich off me. I don't want them to come up off my death. Are you retarded? Excuse my language. Are you crazy?
That's not a good way to be thinking at all.
Right.
No. If you're on the show tonight, you know, please reach out to us and ask us about, you know, estate planning. Okay. Ask us about final expenses. All right. It's more than just insurance we do here. Okay. We are the smorgasbord of financial services. Okay. Because it's more than just insurance. All right. It goes way beyond that, as Patrick said, and all that stuff. All those topics have to be had, you know, have to be talked about, you know.
How are we going to use that in a commercial, Trevor? I want to use that smorgasbord of financial services.
How many?
That's the second week in a row, man. You didn't crack me up.
I'm old. Smorgasbord is what? Yeah.
A smorgasbord is like a buffet, if you will.
There you go.
Right. No, I get it. I get it.
Great assortment of.
There you go, Edward. Yeah.
Yeah, I got you.
You got your greens. You got bigger. Yeah, it's everything. That's what we got here.
Right. Why would I go to Golden Corral and only eat chicken? That makes no sense. Right?
Everything. The meat, the fish, the shrimp, the crab legs, all that, the rice, everything.
Don't forget about the roll. Right.
Right.
That's right.
But man, look, I appreciate what y'all talk about with the estate planning, man. That's a very real topic for me in my family. And I think most of you, maybe most of you have heard my story before. But when I was 20, I had a sister that was 7 years older than me. She passed away at 27, right? 10 days after having my nephew. And my family was not educated on estate planning. So there was no life insurance in place. There was no will. And then aside from that, my sister was she was an entrepreneur. She was business minded, but she was also very Afrocentric. So she legally she legally dropped her slave name. Okay. And because she did that, right, a lot of the properties, the accounts, you know, the LLC that she had. A lot of my parents had to fight through probate court and go through jump through different hoops to prove that the things that she left behind actually belong to my family. Because, you know, and I don't blame her, but, you know, maybe she just never knew that she needed to sit down and take the time. I'm pretty sure, you know, nobody expects to just go at that time, right? But it's our responsibility to learn from our mistakes. We see this happen too much in our community.
Yeah.
Like we see it time and time and time again. If somebody keeps slapping you in the face, eventually you gonna move. Like just move your face. Stop getting beat upside the head with estate taxes.
So much of our assets that our parents worked so hard for is lost, you know, during that time, you know, and it's a sad time to watch the house you grew up in get auctioned out, you know, and then get torn down and then a damn parking lot's there or something else.
Right,
you know,
right.
You know, and you work hard for that, and so, you know, estate planning is not a topic that most of people in our culture even know about. Much less, you know, touch on, but it needs to be touched on, and it needs to be touched on, you know, in the beginning of your relationship, your marriage, because what you will learn is that once you start the conversation, okay, it will balloon and mushroom into something that's way beyond what you even thought, because when it comes to finances, that dollar bill, it's ever expanding, you know, and the resources are also ever expanding, and the things that are available to us are also ever expanding, because money does rule the world, you know, and money is involved in everything. And so I want to tell all you guys out there, have that hard conversation. That look, the hard talk ain't how long can you last. No, it ain't the hard talk. Okay, the hard talk is, hey, how can your credit card go? Okay, that's the hard talk. All right, have that talk about the finances. Tell them, look, I'm you know what, I'm messed up right now. Okay, I got hurt. You know, I worked for a while. My credit score dropped. I had to use my credit card. You know, my car probably got repoed, whatever. You know, but here's my mind though. Here's what I'm thinking. All right. Here's what I've been reading. Here's what I've been looking at. Get in the heads of your spouse, of your girlfriend, of your boyfriend. Get in there. Find out what they're thinking. Okay, financially. Find out what they're thinking for the future. Okay. I want somebody that not only, you know, wants a good life with me, but a grand life. You know, a life that you know, there's no worries. A life that if I want to go do something, I can do it. But people are too afraid to get in their heads. Why? Because they're afraid to share, to air their laundry. Okay? Let me tell you something, bro. She ain't in the bed with your credit score. Okay? She in bed with you. All right? Let that thing loose. Say, look, I'm a 500. Okay? But in the bed, I'm a 1,000 though. All right, so let's do this, right? So get in the head of your boyfriend, get in the head of your girlfriend, find out where they're coming from financially, find out where they're going financially. Because if you don't find out, they're gonna show you. They're gonna show you. Okay?
That's a part of being, you know, that's a part of the leadership role of, you know, being a man, and you know what I mean. Don't wait for initiate. You know what I mean? She might not, every woman ain't financially savvy and you know about money and stuff. So that adds to your
that talk.
You know what I mean? Your weapons. You know, my baby got this in place, you know, so you know what I mean? Just definitely take care of them. That's a part of taking care of your family and being that leader that you need to be for your family, your wife and kids, if any, but definitely your wife. You know what I'm saying? It won't hurt to have that discussion.
Isaac, what was that
sometimes you don't need to tell her.
Yeah, right. Just do. I mean, actions speak louder than words, baby.
That's right. What was that, Trevor?
Yeah, something you want to talk about tonight, didn't you?
Well, it was a couple. Patrick made me think about something else. I wanted to, and I'm gonna still bring that up, but I wanted to bring up what Patrick said and about our classes, our free classes. He was talking about his situation, his personal situation when he got injured, and how he had to use credit cards to get out of his situation. So it just made me think about our organization and the free classes that we have as far as how to manage debt and get out of debt. Here at WSB, I just want to let everybody know, everybody that's paying attention, reach out to any of us that's on here, Edward included, about finding out about how to get involved in these classes that teach you how to remove your debts and increase your income. Delitha McRae, definitely, you know, she talks all the time to Queen D. She talks all the time about how she had $16,000 worth of debt, and now in 6 months she got rid of that and started building assets, like significant amount of assets. So, and that's all from these free courses that WSB offers. So I wanted to bring that out because Patrick brought that on my mind, and I certainly didn't want to forget it. But the other thing that I wanted to bring out as far as getting ready for marriage, one thing that I learned the hard way is that you've got to be diversified in everything that you do. And so, you know, I'm a financial planner. I've got my own business, but what I do here at WSB is a significant source of extra income. And having an insurance license, you can always have a job. You can always find employment. As a matter of fact, during our production meeting, guys, I got 3 calls. 2 of them were for clients, but one of them I thought was a client, but it was somebody asking me, did I want to work for them? So it literally, you always will have some sort of employment. And here at WSB, I think this is the best form of, you know, I'm biased, but, you know, when you can build a team. And, you know, the other day when we were on Black WSB, you know, when you listen to somebody who go, man, I was a firefighter, a police officer. I can't remember what his job was, but I was making $20,000 a month on the side with WSB. You can't, I mean, that's a supplemental income for you right there. He's doing what he loves as far as a firefighter and whatever, but at a certain point, it doesn't even make any sense anymore to continue to be a firefighter, even though that's what you love. Because, I mean, he loved it. But when you start getting to the point where you're making $35,000, $40,000, $50,000 a month on the side from your day job, you know, I don't know how you can not seriously take a look at it. So yes, the financial services industry is a profitable industry, but when you're teamed up with people like us here at WSB, when you got leadership like Delitha McRae, that is, you know, Delitha, man, meets more for her team than she does for her own self. And she's trained us to be the exact same way that she is. So we spend our time working on our team and helping other people and trying to bring financial education here. And, you know, it's funny, you know, a prophet is respected in every land except his own. A husband is respected in every home except his own. So, you know, our family and friends kind of, you know, my friends call me OC. So they see me as OC, but the people that don't know me from the wild and crazy days at FAMU and Peach County High School, they see me as a financial educator. So those people listen. So my family and friends, I bring to you guys because they don't know you as Trevor or whatever your nickname is, Trevor, or EW, if that's what they call you, Edward, or PG, or MH, or whatever, I'm saying, whatever y'all's nickname is. They don't know you as that. So I tell my friends, hey, don't listen to me. I want you to go listen to Trevor. I want you to go listen to Marcus and Patrick or whatever, because they take you guys seriously. And that's how we do one another. So this opportunity here at WSB, I think is a great opportunity if you're getting ready to get married and you've got a great day job that you love, but you're looking to make a little bit of extra money so that you could set something aside for your wedding. If you got a wife, you know, that was a point of contention for me, Trevor.
What's that?
My wife wanted a big wedding. I did not.
Ooh.
I literally wanted to go to the courthouse. She drugged me kicking and screaming to the place that we went to get married because I wanted to try to save money, but my wife wanted to have a dream. And again, we got married just like you did, Trevor. We looked good, but we was broke. So we obviously went into debt having that wedding. So, but you know, I just think this opportunity here is a great opportunity to make extra money here at WSB.
Yeah. So, you know, when you bring up couples and finances, you know, you usually probably just hear the male talking about, you know, what he's doing in the market, or I'm dabbling in forex, I'm dabbling in this and that and the other, and they think that that's enough. You know, they think that, okay, I'm doing more than just working. Okay, I'm doing more than just, you know, earning a paycheck. And granted, that's great. Okay, but there's so many more things out there that are available to all of us if we just research, if we just ask the right person. You know, I have a great quote I always use, and that quote is, you know, if you ever want to improve yourself and get better, you know, find people that know more than you, that want to help you, that disagree with you. Okay. And you'll always be growing. Right. And what I mean by that is not as far as disagreeing with you, you know, per se, but your viewpoint. Okay. Your vision or your understanding of something. Okay. Why do you think this? I want to know. Okay. Well, I think this. Why do you think that? I want to know. That's the best way to learn anything. Okay, is to act like you don't know nothing and just listen and apply it. Okay. Knowledge, yes, is power, but no, applied knowledge is power. You know, because if you don't apply it, what good is it?
Right.
And I'm bringing it right back to that hard talk in the beginning. Okay, fellas, ladies, know your mate. Okay, get in the head of your mate and find out, you know, find out what they don't know, so then maybe you can learn it together. You know, if you're afraid to find out that you don't know nothing, you know, find out what they don't know and say, okay, well, let's learn about estate planning together. Let's learn about trust together. Let's learn about wills together. Let's learn about IULs, insurance, blah, blah. Let's learn something together beyond our scope here that will benefit us in the future. And I promise you, if you do that, you're going to open up doors that you didn't even know existed. It's that simple.
So I want to piggyback on that, Trevor, because that was fantastic what you just did there. And a question that I just have to ask people when they talk about finances, or you have your mate, ain't you tired? Like seriously though, like seriously, if you really look in the mirror at yourself and look at, ain't you tired of being so proud that you won't go to the next level because you got this ego on both ends, wherever you're at in life. If you're not happy about it and you proud of where you at, or you unhappy where you're at, why are you so prideful that you don't want to change together? If you said that you love this person, it's something that I had to learn through going through trial and error, being with different women, understanding what they like, what they don't like, understanding myself. First and foremost, a lot of us don't understand they self.
Mm-hmm.
Who is this person?
And that's where it gets a little tricky, because we as dudes, we got pride, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And people, especially our girl, they expect us to know about money.
Right.
Right? Okay. And then they find out that you don't, you're like, oh man, I don't know nothing about money. Okay. Okay. Hey, you know what? We all gotta start somewhere. I didn't always know about money, you know. And again, yeah, Edward, you know, you got to build that trust. Say, look, what can we learn together so we can grow together and become great together? Because if you're open, and you trust each other, I promise you, you'll go far. Because when you open up that communication gate of trust and openness, okay, it does bring you guys together, because you will learn that you have more in common than what you thought. Okay, all right. If you ever want to know if you have something in common with somebody, okay, find out what you don't know equally. All right, because what's the best way to create a friend is to have a common enemy. Okay, if we both hate the same people, I'm your friend now, right? Right. Okay, all right. If we both don't know nothing, guess what? Okay, we both know nothing. All right, cool. Okay, we have something in common. All right, that's a great way. That's a great way to grow your trust and your growth with each other is by building those common bonds and building those things that allow you to grow and shed those excuses and things about being ashamed or whatnot of what you don't know. Look, we all can't be Trevor. Y'all can't be smart as a whip, out the womb, right? But we can get there.
Trevor,
I love
your
it,
modesty, man, is just,
man. Let me tell you something.
Your modesty humbles me, man.
Every Thanksgiving, I send my mama the same card. Everything, and this is what the cards say: Mama, thank you so much for allowing Pops to not wear a condom.
Wow.
I wouldn't be here.
There you go.
That's my I swear for God, I do every year.
I want to address what Tanisha said.
I was going to say, we got to.
All right. Please address what Tanisha said.
That's her question, man.
I want to address what she said right here, where she said women are kind of tired of men, but we want to see the potential.
What you mean?
And for me,
he right though.
And I say this in the most humblest way that I possibly can, is maybe you should see your potential so that the men that you choose is going to put you at the place that you want to be. Don't try and get something that's out of your range.
Come on.
Don't try, because like it's the same thing
for
me. It's the same thing for me. If I wanted a girl, and the girl is her body is all tight like a stripper, and say she is one, am I able to deal with her being in that profession? It's just like that. Hey, if I want to date that type of girl and she's in that, am I able mentally to say, okay, I'm okay with that?
Right.
Am I okay with what she does?
So
if I'm not, then I can't go down that road. Know yourself. It's knowing yourself is the best thing, and humbling yourself to say, hey, this is where I'm at.
Let me say this, brother.
Don't date projects.
What'd you say?
Just don't date projects. Okay. Like if you so for Tanisha in particular, and maybe the other women that are out there watching this, a lot of y'all are really dope. Okay. A lot of y'all are actually like working on yourselves.
Even though they tired of us.
I know Tanisha dope. I mean, we got Tanisha on camera for this, so this is what I'm excited. You can see Tanisha's dopeness live right on Facebook right now, but a lot of times, they get stuck in a situation where, okay, maybe they see potential, but you get dragged down working on a project, and men do the same thing, right? Just impart knowledge, but just identify, right? We use that in business a lot. Identify, who's potential, but don't put your heart and soul into a project. The project is yourself.
So I want to say one thing from a historical standpoint, where I kind of understand where our sisters are coming from. And again, we should have this common enemy. So, as men, we've been broken down. So there's no, that's just a fact. We've been broken down. We fight each other. We fight our women when we get money. Sometimes we go outside of our community and find other women. And when Black women have never, not one time, left us or abandoned us. They've always had our back 100% of the time. I don't know of any widespread, just white Black women going out and just leaving us all together. And I understand that they are tired. We have been trained as men to expect. So I'm not talking about boys. I want to make sure that I'm not talking about boys who women sometimes fall for. Right. They get confused with men. When you're dealing with a man who's like, I have a goal and I have X, Y, and Z, and I want this out of my wife. When you have been historically destroyed mentally, physically, spiritually, like all of us have, there's gonna be some sort of combat until we can come back together. So I understand when she says, I want to see a woman with some potential. See a man with potential. You know, a few years back, Frank Ski, for those who are not in the Atlanta area, Frank Ski was a very popular radio DJ here in Atlanta, the Atlanta, Georgia area. He used to do these trips across the world every year. Every year in the spring, he'd take people to China or Spain or whatever. The year he took Black folk to Brazil was a huge, huge problem, because Black men went down there and lost their mind simply because, not because they're beautiful, because the most beautiful women in the world are here in Atlanta, not because those women down there were beautiful. They went down there and those beautiful women treated them like kings without having known anything about their finances. They just assumed that those were great dudes, they were fabulous, and they got served hand over. So the brothers went down there and they lost, many couples broke up on that trip. Like, it made news. They actually made an Essence magazine article about it. And then they did a documentary that you can see right now on YouTube about how Black men go to Brazil, how Black men go to Brazil to go get treated like a king. To me, that's a scapegoat, because granted, I want to be treated like a king, but our sisters have stuck with us and have done everything for us. They've been by our side, they fought with us, they've done the whole nine. We have got to be patient with one another and understand that she wants to give us her whole heart, but she's frightened because she has run into so many boys. And when she runs into a man that makes a demand on her, that's completely foreign. A man should make a demand on you just like you make a demand on him. If you're making a demand on him, you should expect him to make a demand on you if he's a man. I heard my wife tell somebody else, because I always defer to my wife and say, oh, she's the baddest, she's the queen, da-da-da-da-da. My wife, I just overheard it. She said, OC jumps around here and plays like I run the house and I'm the boss and he defers to me all the time. She said, but you rest assured, OC makes demands on me. OC wants to know that I got my stuff together. And if you want a man like OC, you rest assured you got work to do. Now that's what she told another woman. So you should expect to have demands placed on you if you are a woman. And you should expect that as well. I got preaching. I'm sorry.
And it begins by having that hard talk in the beginning. Okay, getting in their head, getting in their brain, and find out where they're at and where they're going financially wise. And I'm telling you, if we do that, you see a big change for the positive in your relationship, and a big change for the positive in your account. All right, and then you got to worry about your children, because how many people can pass away right now and say their kids are good? Right. Not many, not many, right? So if we don't get a handle on that quick and get a handle on that fast, that I don't know what could happen. So we got 5 minutes left. Is there anyone that got any questions they want to ask us, all right, on the topic or not? Shout it out or put it in the chat box, and we'll get.
I just have one thing to say.
Go ahead.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna bring it down to all you guys out there that do not give birth, which you guys are very much a part about the birthing process. Okay. Right. So it took 2 parents, 4 grandparents, 4 great-grandparents, 16 second great-grandparents, 32 third great-grandparents, 64 fourth great-grandparents, 128 fifth great-grandparents, 256 6th great-grandparents, 512 7th great-grandparents, 1,024 8th great-grandparents, and then 2,048 9th grandparents. For you to be born today, from the 12 previous generations you needed before you was a total of 4,094 total ancestors in the last 400 years.
Patrick, can you handle that? Can you handle that right there?
So think for one moment. Think for one moment. How many struggles? How many battles? How many difficulties? How much love? How much sadness went through? How many expressions of hope for the future did your ancestors have to sit there and go for you to sit there and be here?
I got something.
Let me know. Let me know, Patrick. Let me know. I'm just a female. Like I have a vagina. It's cool.
I love it. I just heard it.
I got something for it.
Get her.
You got one time and one time only, and that's right now. So we can appreciate everything that God has put in forth for us to be here. But all you have is right now. You don't got tomorrow because it's gone. You don't got the future because what you're doing right now is going to determine that. What you have right now is what you got to make the most of. That's how I live my life, because I understand that if I stress myself about the future, it's only gonna manifest itself. What I'm stressing about, that's what's gonna come true for me. So what I do is I put in the work right now, every second that I have, because last seconds that we just finished talking about, that's gone too. I only can use what we have right here.
Well, Patrick, tomorrow ain't gone yet. Yesterday, not tomorrow.
True. Very true. And Patrick, all day, I'll have no promise there and rebelling you about anything that you want to sit there and you want to bring to the table. But you do know it takes 1 and 2 to make a baby.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
So we already know, like, since that's already out there, do not think that you're ever by yourself. You were never by yourself.
Most definitely.
That's the situation. So we have women and men, Black women and Black men who are seeing not eye to eye because of a certain situation of when it comes to finances, when it comes to anything that's outside of what they should be thinking about. We're sitting here saying today that regardless of whatever happened, somebody brought your behind here to make sure there's a difference. So what are you doing to make sure this going to ensure that the best of our next generations are going to be A-okay? Let me know.
I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to challenge everybody on Facebook watching right now, okay? If you got a boyfriend, you got a girlfriend, you got a husband or wife, a fiance, or fiance, all right? I challenge you before the weekend or by the weekend, have that tough talk. Get in your spouse's head and find out what they don't know about the future with money, finances, and everything, and start handling that now, because as Patrick said and as Nisha said, there are a lot of people responsible for where we are right now, and all we have is right now. Okay, so I challenge all of you out there in Facebook land. Okay, get with your significant other. Okay, and have that tough talk, right? And say, look, I'm not all that great in this area, but I know it's going to be an area that will affect our future, and our well-being when we can't do that much. So if we take care of it now, maybe that won't be a problem. Have that tough talk now. Get in your head. Say, look, I'm getting in your head, and I'm gonna lay down because I'm sure going to be playing space. Okay, and I'm gonna find out what you don't know about our future. Okay, and just learn together. It don't have to be you do this and I do that. No, let's do it together. When it comes, we can't have a future without each other. Okay, so let's talk about this stuff together. All right, and do it now together. Okay, learn about estate planning, learn about trust, wills, insurance, all that stuff, because it's going to come to a point where it will be part of your life, either for the good or for the bad.
As a soldier for our people, I just want to say I'm glad I got T-Money on my side.
Yeah.
I'm glad she got a brother.
Yeah, for sure.
I just want to make sure everybody knows, like, I'm always on our side. I'm always going to be on our side. I'm always going to be behind my kings all day long. For that. But the thing about it is, it's like we don't know these things. So a lot of us out here sit there thinking that it's okay to sit there and go through life without actually a plan. If you're going to lay down with somebody whoever you are, female or male. I'm sorry, Patrick, I'm coming right back at you with this. Whatever it is, female or male, whatever it is, you still, if you brought a child into this world, you brought a child to this world. That child has nothing to sit there and do with whatever is going on in your past and his past, right? So all you sit there do is make sure that that future is actually beneficial, and that future is there and keep on going. That's the whole point. Like, they didn't think it back in the day. Like, they were like, you know what? We're gonna be sitting here picking cotton, but the next 4 or 5 generations, maybe we should sit there and just think about twerking. This might be a situation. That's not what they thought about. They didn't think about that. They're sitting there like, yo, what are y'all doing to make sure we have something in place for ourselves? That's all they're saying.
All right.
I'm not sitting there saying like it is what it is.
Yeah.
Oh, we went over time.
Yeah, just went over time.
For chiming in, guys. I hope this topic was a good one for you. Again, you got any questions or comment or any questions about what we do, how we do it? Reach out to myself, Isaac, Marcus, Patrick, and we'll definitely take care of you. And we'll see you again next Tuesday, same time, same place, 6:30. And we'll have that topic for you then. Guys, thank you for chiming in. We'll see you next week. All right, Tanisha, take it out, girl.
I got an update on that girl situation next time, man.
I meant to ask you about that, brother. Oh, you hold up. You hold up. All right.
We're gonna close it out.
Before I close out, women are the greatest thing that God could have ever made. Yeah, have a good night.
And we love you.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Bye,
Good night, guys.
Right, guys.
Good night.